Welcome back to my little channel. I found this little video where children are being asked what they think feminism means. Now, why do I think that's interesting? Well, it's because indoctrination works best when you start young. And feminism is starting younger and younger. But don't just take my word for it. Let's see what they have to say. Mind you, they asked girls, not women, not boys, not men, girls. Because the future of feminism lies within the hands of girls, apparently. But you will see that not only girls talk. It's just that you're going to be surprised over who else talks, but you'll see.
What word do you think embodies feminism the best?
Strength.
And why is that?
Just because women are weaker or can't carry stuff doesn't mean that we're different to them. We're equal. That's feminism to me.
See, it's not nice of me to make fun of children, but which word do you think of when you think feminism? I think of strength. Why? Well, because people don't think we're as strong and therefore equality. Huh? How did you get there?
I've chosen unity, empowerment, equality, necessary, upstanders.
And why is that?
Because it is time for women to stand up for their rights.
Unity, empowerment, equality, standards. Oh, seriously, I couldn't make jokes of this. No, actually I can and I will. I mean, unity. You do realize that most women that do not consider themselves feminist get attacked by feminists because they are not feminists. And empowerment, feminism is what's trying to keep you as a woman down. You have to agree with them, because if you don't, you're not a good feminist. And don't get me wrong, but the empowerment, again, I mean, you have to follow their creed. And then upstanders, because we need to stand up. I like the fact that then half of your head is gone, but seriously, upstanders, that's the best word you could come up with. Apparently, upstanders were once thought up to combat people being bullied, and in all honesty, feminism is the biggest bully on the block.
I believe the word potential is
Empowerment.
confidence, work in progress,
Misunderstood.
essential,
Well, to me, exciting.
strength,
I think fairness best describes it.
strong,
Change.
And why is that?
Because I think in a world where it's so easy to follow one another and to just fit into the crowd, it's important to have those people out there who are willing to make a change and stand up for what they believe in.
Okay, I know I didn't stop with every single word, but then the video would be too long and I don't want to do that. The problem, of course, being that these girls like to think of a utopian world where men and women are equal. They don't recognize that feminism is pushing for something completely different. They don't want equality with men. They want women to basically have their cake and eat it. We live in a gynocentric world, whether we like it or not. Or at least in the Western world we do. Because in all fairness, in Africa, well, not South Africa, but the rest of Africa, or the Middle East, yeah, women have it way worse than I would like to admit. I would love to stop that from happening. But feminism in the Western world? Nah, they're not fighting for that. They want more rights here. They don't recognize what's going on, therefore they want more rights. And these girls, they don't know any better. They want a world that is filled with equality. They don't know that feminism doesn't want to give them that. Anyway, get them young and all that.
So what word have you chosen?
I think of strength.
My word is beautiful.
Empowering. Equality.
purpose, power. My word is special,
Beautiful.
inspiring, empowering.
Freedom.
Again, we get a bunch of words. Strength comes by a few more times. Empowerment. But the last one, freedom. Freedom from what, my dear? Freedom to not be in a relationship? Freedom of not being part of marriage? I don't know. Freedom of what? And here she is, the den mother, the one that keeps pushing these narratives. The kids don't know what's going on, but they listen to her.
Essential.
And why do you think that?
Well, if we keep half of the population of the world in some sort of inferior position, then there can't ever be any development. I mean, there's always going to be too many problems in the world. I think that the fact that women are half the world is something that kind of escapes people sometimes.
It's kind of funny because this den mother thinks that the line is drawn between the genders, but it's not. Men and women both have it worse depending on the places where they are. In the Western world, for example, women have it better than men. There are more laws protecting them, they have more rights, and if they've committed a crime, they'll get far lower a sentence than a man would. So yeah, that's not equality, not that I think of anyway. But okay, fair enough. In the Middle East, or in certain African countries, or in certain Asian countries, women have it worse than men, which is also true. But I'm not quite sure what feminism in the Western world is going to do for women that are not in the Western world. After all, feminists in the Western world are far more interested in breaking the glass ceiling. Never mention the glass cellar to them though, because they don't really like it when you tell them that men are doing the jobs that no one else wants to do, and most women definitely don't want to do them. But no, it's very important that the Fortune 500 is mostly men. Mind you, most men are not in the Fortune 500. I mean, again, not the issue. It's men, and therefore women need to be pushed forward. Hence, they're actually discriminating against men. Men need not apply for certain jobs. Women asking for higher pay because, well, there's a gender wage gap. No, there isn't. There's an earnings gap, but that's because of the amount of work done. And yes, women work less. Don't get me wrong, there are women that work hard. It's not about working hard. It's working basically in raw hours. Over 40 years of life, men do more jobs or work more hours than women do. So yeah, there is that. And women don't seem to be that interested in changing it. But they want to change the fact that they have less money. If you don't work, you don't make money. How is this so weird? Anyway, I'm not going to complain too much about feminism. My points on this are pretty clear. Feminism is the bane of all evil in the Western world as far as I'm concerned. What I find difficult to understand is that we have these girls growing up with the idea that feminism will help them, when feminism has done nothing for women. Rather, they claimed they have done a lot for women, but in fact, they haven't. And a lot of women are actually not happy because of what feminism claims to have given them. Don't get me wrong, most women are happy to have the right to vote. But a lot of women feel that they are being pushed out of the roles that they would rather have. They would stay at home and be a mother. They would prefer to do that. But they feel feminism has stopped them for it. See, this is the sort of identity politics that feminism keeps pushing. And as a woman, you either have to agree or you're wrong. And no one wants to be wrong. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, I'm going to finish my rant a little bit. I know. I like to rant a lot about feminism. It's in my humble opinion, actually really the bane of all evil. But what do you think? Criticism, as always, is more than welcome. Like, share, subscribe if you feel so inclined. And I hope to see you all soon.